I think we've been starting to stabilize our rotation. You know, when we got Manny back, I think that stabilized our infield defense. And then the last couple of starts, we've gotten some good leadership out of Ubaldo Jimenez, and Chen's been solid. Bud Norris has been solid, and Miguel Gonzalez just had a really good ball game. And Chris Tillman had some really strong games early, and I'm sure he'll get his command back. But all our starters are out there battling, and we're starting to get them a little bit later into the game, which makes our bullpen a little bit stronger because they're better rested.
Dan, like other Orioles fans, do you lose your fingernails when Tommy Hunter comes in to close a game?
Well, you know, it makes the Oriole games very interesting at the end. But, you know, Tommy's done a nice job. He's been able to make some good pitches when he needs to make some good pitches. And we've been able to put together some runs. And Tommy, I think, is really developing as a pitcher. I can see him out there taking a deep breath and working with our catchers, trying to figure out what pitch he's got to make to get out of the jam and secure the win for the Orioles. So I've been happy with Tommy Hunter, and I think that he will get better at this job as he has more experience in the job. I think overall he's done a nice job for us.
Well, Steve Clevenger's done a nice job behind the plate, catching in the absence of Matt Wieters, and you have Caleb Joseph as a backup now, but the reports that we've read that the Orioles are looking for some catching depth. I mean, is that an ongoing thing, or is that basically dictated by the fact that Wieters is out?
Well, I think we have to give Matt some time to see if his elbow will heal and he'll come back and catch for us. I still have hope that can happen, and we have to give that a little bit of time. In the interim, I think that Steve Clevenger's done a really nice job. He has handled the pitchers. He sets up real well there. He gives them a low target, and he's contributed with his bat. And he's made some real fine defensive plays. So he's really making the most of this opportunity here. And I got to tell you, Mount St. Joseph's produces some good Major League players, and Steve is fulfilling on the promise of that school by going out and making the local people proud of the job that he's doing for the Orioles. And Caleb Joseph came up, and he's done a nice job too. He did a nice job calling the game and managing the 2 games in Tampa, close ball games, and having been in the organization for a long time. And of course, last year was the MVP of the Eastern League. He has good credentials, and he's done a nice job. He's a really strong hitter against left-handed pitching. So I think this is a good opportunity for Caleb to solidify a spot for him on the ball club too.
Dan, you made a roster move and you sent TJ down, obviously. Saved the bullpen yesterday, did a great job. And then you got Preston Guilmette up. Maybe a deal under the radar right as the season started, but give us a little background and what can we expect from Guilmette?
Well, Guilmette has 3 pitches. He's got a fastball, a slider, and a split finger, and he's had consistent command of those pitches. He's had a lot of experience late in the game as a reliever. Pitched in the Pac-10. He was a Friday night starter, so he's a very good competitor, and we're going to get an opportunity for him to support our bullpen.
Dan, what's been Jonathan Schoop's biggest contribution? How is he a better player now than he was on April 1st?
I'll tell you, when I watch Jonathan Schoop turn that double play, I love to see him throw the ball to first base. He's really got some fire on that ball when it comes across the diamond. And John is getting comfortable in the big leagues. Of course, he's a great, big, strong guy. He's got the great power, and he's learning how to recognize pitches, and he's settling in very comfortably at second base. I'm real happy for John. He's got a terrific personality. He's a real steady, day in and day out player, and I think he's going to turn out to be a real solid addition to this year's team, and he's only going to get better.
Thanks a lot, Dan. We appreciate it.